Most people overpay for car insurance, not because they're careless, but because switching feels like too much hassle. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
Hello, this is psychicpodcasts.com. I'm Psychic Sahar. Hello, today I'm very pleased to have with us at the studios my friend Khalid Bazzi. Khalid was and is a regular contributor to PS Magazine. Khalid, welcome and nice to have you with us here today.
Hi.
Now, I know you're very much into a course. I'm going to describe it as a course called Human Givens.
Yeah.
Would you be able to give us an idea what is that about? Because I see you're quite excited about it.
Yes, very much. Basically, just to take you back to the beginning of how I came across it. About a couple of years ago, I was reading a book on dreaming.
Yes.
And I found it completely by accident in the bookshop. And I was looking for something completely different. But anyway, so throughout the book, they kept making references to the Human Givens. So I looked it up. And basically, the Human Givens were set up about 15 years ago. The Human Givens Institute by Ivan Terrell and Joe Griffin. And basically, they recognize that if you look at any sciences like physics or maths, there is one school, right? 2 + 2 is always equals 4. Whereas when it came to psychology, there's like 600. They found over 600 schools of psychology,
right.
And a lot of them actually contradict each other. So they decided, and then basically from personal experience, both of them found that they like for Joe Griffin, particularly his family, 2 family members were failed by the mental health system, basically. From going to traditional kind of what would you call psychology,
right?
And so basically they sat down together, did some deep research, like right down to the very basics of what do all living organisms share in common, right? So they came up with things like, what do they all need? They need an environment in which to thrive. They need nutrition from the environment. They need support from each other to grow. Any living organism, right? So on that basis, they started to think, well, what are the human givens? What are the things that all human beings need? So, and it was things so wicked they came up with a whole list of them. So we all need, we all need environment in which to thrive, to grow.
Yes.
We all need we all need an environment in which to thrive and grow. We need to be stretched in what we do. We need to have a safe environment in which where we feel protected and safe. We need.
So it's basically the basic things that any
human beings need, basically. And so the foundation behind the whole Human Givens school of thought is that when and also, by the way, every human being is also given certain innate resources to get those needs met, and those innate resources are.
That's the interesting bit, that we all have.
We all have
need
what we to get the needs met.
What it takes to have to achieve what we want.
Well, the needs that we need to have met are what we have as innate resources are things like imagination, dreaming brain, to be able to visualize, all those things, and those are the things that would help us to get those needs met that I was talking about earlier.
And I suppose this is the name, Human Givens.
Human Givens, that's why they call it the Human Givens. Yes.
Of course, the interesting thing is that we've known each other for a long time now, and we started by working together on our dreams.
Yes.
And for a while, as you remember, we worked with Jill Wood on dream interpretation, and then we moved on to other things and experimenting with dreams. Is that why you got interested in Human Givens? What is it about it that really attracted you?
I think what attracted me about it is that it seems like it's got a lot of, because it's quite holistic in its approach. It looks at the person's entire life, and so it felt quite spiritual to me. Although it's not in any way meant to be a spiritual school of thought whatsoever. This is pure psychology, personal growth, etc. But what attracted me to it was basically that it treats the person as a whole. It doesn't treat the person's symptoms. It treats the root causes of what is causing mental health disturbances for the person, or depression or anxiety, whatever, and it takes into account all the needs that the person has and tries to address them.
Of course, the reason I'm asking you this is because I'm always recommending to my clients that they develop the other sides to themselves, other interests, because it is part of our spiritual growth, of course, and it helps us to kind of harmonize our lives so that energy flows through our lives. What aspect, if you like, because from your column that you write for PS Magazine, it's always inspirational stuff, and it's always in touch with the psyche, if you like, the wiser part about us. What is the most important thing that you're getting out of it now?
Out of this course?
Yes. I mean, is it towards a degree?
Yes, I'm getting, it is basically towards a diploma, and then the diploma will enable me to set up as a counsellor, human givens counsellor. But I mean, ultimately what I'd like to do is eventually to hold workshops, because I mean, I've worked with people on a one-to-one basis over the years. And so
the counselling can be either psychology or
spiritual, I'll combine with all the other, with all the other teachings that I've had over the years, and sort of have, something like that's, it's important, I find, to it feels like a completion really to all the other things that I've done. It feels like it's bringing it all together.
Of course,
really.
Because you've also done some shamanic healing.
Yeah, shamanic healing, and
so you don't see that this is too far from it.
No, not at all.
For you, it is something that brought all your interests together.
Absolutely, because I find with all the other sort of more, would you say, spiritual teachings, is sometimes it would be a little part that would be missing, and I think it was quite often that psychology part.
Yes.
And having had a look at psychology over the years, I always found that there was even in that something missing, which I finally found in human givens. And as I said, with the human givens, it does treat the entire person, not just one aspect of them. So I feel like this is bringing it all together.
It seems to me that this is a unique way of putting a course together.
Yeah.
But also because I know you, and your talents seem to be unique. I mean, you've also devised your own divination cards, and which you've been quite accurate with them.
Yes.
You've done the shamanic work.
Yeah.
So it really seems to me that if we're not sure, which way we want to go, this could be the course for someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it was quite interesting also what you told me about earlier, that it also goes into mythology and storytelling, and it's important to understand the symbols of not just what is in our psyche, like through the stories, but also through the dreams.
That's right.
So this kind of completes or gives you another
It does.
angle.
I mean, because again, it looks at things that maybe other schools don't look at, and one of the required workshops for the course was how to tell stories that heal, and that was just, I mean, a wonderful day with this great, incredible, psychologist teacher called Pat Williams, amazing, fascinating woman who's been working with. Basically, it's about telling stories as part of the treatment process for somebody. So it's not like an end in itself, but talking about why stories are so powerful and why they've survived and transcended time is because they teach the brain something that prepares the brain for an experience. Which it has not gone through yet.
Encoded experience, perhaps.
Encoded experience. So when the experience comes up, the person almost knows already how to deal with it once they've heard the story. So that was absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. It's been really lovely to have you, and we hope to meet again, and you can tell us again how you're getting on with the course.
Definitely.
In the meantime, Khalid, can our listeners get in touch with you if they're interested in your Zen cards?
Absolutely. Just I'm contactable through the email on your website. I'm happy to respond, even with just questions, even if it's not just about the cards, whatever. If somebody's got a question about something.
Dreams, you also do
dreams. Yeah, I do dream interpretation by email. Yeah.
Which is really interesting because you're also an IT person.
Yes.
So you're getting, or you're paying attention to your
I'm getting my needs met from all different sides, yes.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's really wonderful, and we wish you all the success.
Thank you.
For more on Khalid and his articles, please check ps-magazine.com and look up the column of inspiration. Bye-bye.